2024 that I got at the start of this year or throughout the years. It's a nice update I have. Well, I had the previous release. I got it mostly for custom fodder. But we are going to eliminate the Phoenix, not the Rachel Summers. Again, it's a fine figure. It's a decent, body mold that they used. I wish they moved the Weapon X Wolverine. It's a fine figure. It does the Spider-Man 77. So this is the Spider-Man that I grew up with. As a kid, I was watching the TV show, the Black Widow. Again, amazing figure in terms of what way, but the dark is Marvel, the Silver Surfer. The thing about this Silver Surfer that I really like is that the paint job that they gave him suits the character, in that it came out really shiny. The Silver Samurai. This was an older figure that was included in the GamerVerse 2 Custom Troubles. The War Machine. War Machine came in the 2-pack with Omega. Venom. The Venom came, which one did it came with? Well, as I next eliminate the Mystique figure. So Mystique, again, I didn't have a Mystique in my collection. The GamerVerse Thanos. Thanos came with this pair right here. So this is the White Queen from the X-Men 97 wave that released this year. I got two. One's going to be Storm. Again, a figure that I didn't have, a character that I didn't have in my collection. So it's good that an elephant in the room. Maximum Hulk. I never did a review of this figure. I didn't even plan on getting this figure. The She-Hulk. Again, good figure. Definitely, I was a fan of the first release that used this body mold from last year. In her purple, take out Nick Fury. Now, tell me if you've heard this one before. I didn't have any Fury in my collection. Not Cable is a great figure, and I would put him in my top 5. Omega Red is a figure I didn't have in my collection, so it's a character that I had in my collection. So 25, the Juggernaut. Okay, I had to do some rearranging because if you saw the Psylocke fell, and might as well just and I am going to take out Captain America. This is a before this figure, I thought the secret pickup, which is the Punisher. Punisher would have probably made my top. Well, he did make it in the last 4, but as far as if I was ranking, I would probably pick him 5. Out next is the Psylocke. So, like I mentioned when I was talking about the Thanos, I think most people picked up that 2-pack Wolverine and Maximum Spider-Man. Now, in case you're noticing, the Maximum Spider-Man does have a different head sculpt. This is a head sculpt that I bought off of. I'll put the name of the buyer on Instagram in case you're interested. But he had different type of McFarlane style head sculpts, and he's the one that I picked. I'm sorry, let me start over. I was looking for an updated head sculpt that was a little more McFarlane-ish than the one that came with the Maximum Spidey. The one that came with the figure is fine. It's a good representation. It's not the true McFarlane style head sculpt, but it's doable, right? And I did the entire paint myself. Just in case you want to see it up close. There you go, my dogs. Right. So yeah, this is definitely more McFarlane than the head sculpt that came with the figure. I also added the matte coat finish on the Maximum Spider-Man. I also fixed the thing with the spider legs in the back. They're no longer exposed on the shoulders. I just repainted over the spider legs, right? So yeah, in case you're noticing, I'm talking a lot about the Maximum Spider-Man and what I did to it, because even though it is the best representation of Spider-Man that we've had, of a McFarlane Spider-Man in the modern era. If you prefer the old Toy Biz mold, that's a little more lanky looking. Some say that's the perfect McFarlane Spider-Man, and I wouldn't argue with you if you picked that one, because the Maximum Spider-Man still has some flaws with it. And that's why my number 1 figure for 2025 is the Wolverine, the GamerVerse Wolverine. But let me just talk a little bit about what the GamerVerse Wolverine does better than that the Spider-Man should do. So they gave the Wolverine something that I've been mentioning a lot in the video, the ball peg waist, something that Hasbro needs to implement ASAP for all of its figures. Look at this ab crunch. That's perfect. Perfect. And that's the typical, this is the type of ab crunch that you would want for any figure, but particularly figures that need like the special, for instance, Wolverine, who crouches a lot, right? But also Spider-Man. Spider-Man would kill to have this articulation. If Maximum Spider-Man had if the Maximum Spider-Man had the ball pegged waist instead of the typical ab crunch with the diaphragm cut up top, yeah, he bends nicely and all of that, but you can't turn him at the waist. You can't turn them at the waist. So what's good? So even though, yes, I can turn them at the top, but most of us turn our body at the waist as well. So it would have made this figure even way better and probably even more worth the price, the $50 that we all had to pay. Meanwhile, this guy, the Wolverine, yes, he was hiding behind and also a $60 paywall for the 2-pack, right, to get him. Um, but I think in the end, the Wolverine is the better figure. Also, I did, like I said, I think I did mention it. I added a dull coat on the on a matte coat on the Maximum Spider-Man, and now he looks more in line like how the figure should look. It's not too shiny, and in the bar in this lighting, you can tell he's almost like shaded like the comic book, fairly dark in the recessed parts, and the blue shines through when hit by the light. You know, so and also he still has the old butterflies, whereas Wolverine now has rotational shoulders, like the McFarlane figures. So you can actually raise and lower the shoulders, although I wish the cut on the shoulder would have been higher. There we go. The cut for the shoulder would have been higher, and it's probably something that I'm going to do so that he has better range going upwards, right? I mean, all he does is this typical T pose, right? But the shoulders, which is one of the main problems with most Marvel Legends, is that the shoulders are set too low instead of being higher. So if they would implement the shoulders using the ball peg rotation for the shoulders and allow you to have flexibility, not just going forwards but up and down, the Maximum Spider-Man would have been the perfect figure for 2025. And for the longest time, I had him as my number one figure of 2025. But the GamerVerse Wolverine just took the cake in the end, even though his knees are different colored yellow than the rest of the suit. But the figure itself is, I mean, some people would say, he doesn't have double jointed elbows, so that's a minus, but he still gives you perfect bend at the elbow that you need to pull off your Logan Wolverine poses, right? Plus, in combination with this amazing ab crunch, right? You can get them in these hyper crouched poses that Wolverine does, normally. And I mean, this is it. This is the most perfect Marvel Legends figure that they have produced to date. I don't know what more. Well, I mean, I already explained what more they could have done to maybe done better with the shoulders. As far as the mold goes, is perfect. Some people complain that he's a little too large, but I mean, come on. Compared to the there we have him right here. Compared to the Secret Wars, which uses the previous new mold from Wolverine that we got in the X-Men 97 line with the blue and the tiger stripe, the blue and yellow. I mean, are you really going to complain because he's slightly taller? But when you look at the proportions of this guy compared to this guy, you're gonna tell me that you still prefer this one? You're crazy, especially with the outdated articulation. So yeah, for me, hands down, this is the best figure of 2025 in terms of Marvel Legends. Yeah, and I think a lot of people might have this figure as their number one as well. But again, I can't complain if you pick, either the Juggernaut or the Maximum Spider-Man or the Captain America or the Punisher or the Psylocke. Any one of those figures could have been figure of the year, but definitely this Wolverine. It's the template for how Hasbro should handle their Marvel Legends figures going forward. The exaggerated comic book proportions, the the new articulation for the shoulders and the torso with the double ball peg. This is the template. This is the figure to beat in 2020 for any new release in 2026. This is the gold standard, and hopefully the designers at Marvel for the Marvel Legends team have this guy up on display as inspiration, as the figure to beat. Can we top GamerVerse Wolverine in 2026, 27, 28, and so on? So yeah, thank you for watching. Let me know, do you agree that the GamerVerse Wolverine is the best figure of Marvel Legends in 2025? If not, comment below what your favorite figure was for the Marvel Legends line in 2025. But yeah, Marvel Legends, GamerVerse Wolverine, number one all the way. So yeah, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.